Hey winners, it's so great to start this brand new year. Remember, we're all about discipling one another to reach and raise the next generation.
To live out
God's truth. Thank you, Sterling. Okay, so it's 2018, and Pastor Jeff said this last Sunday, he said this is going to be our best year of ministry ever. And I totally believe what he's saying. I totally believe it is going to be the best year of ministry ever. He said two things. He said because we have clarity as a church and we have unity as a church. And so as a groups leader, as a Bible fellowship leader, I want you to have clarity and unity about what we want to happen in our groups ministry this year. If you remember, we talked about our church strategy. Remember, our church strategy was gather in, worship, grow in groups, and go in ministry. Right. And so we want people to grow in groups. And so just the first thing I want to talk about for clarity this year is we want to use clear language when we're talking about groups ministry. I know that some of you still call your groups, you call them Sunday school classes. That's fine. Sometimes I still do the same thing. Some of you call them Bible fellowship. We've been using that term a lot. But I just want you to know, as a discipleship pastor and in the church language here, we're going to start using this term groups a lot more because it's part of our strategy. We want to grow in groups. Also, what it does is kind of broaden the term out. So to make real clear what a group is, we've kind of tried to define it with 5 things. What does a group at Blackshear Place look like? What are the clear competencies for a group at Blackshear Place? Well, here's 5 things. This is 5 things we really want you and your group to focus on in 2018. Number 1 is that we prioritize prayer. We no longer want prayer to be an afterthought in our groups. We don't want it to just be something that takes place 3 or 4 minutes where everybody raises their hands, but you really spend time breaking up in small groups and praying and seeking the Lord together. Secondly, we apply God's truth. We believe in the power of God's Word. It's one of our values. We've always done that. The third is we make time to build authentic community. You know this, but you can't really build authentic community with a group of 15 people or more in a 45 to hour and a half time block. It's just really hard to happen. People come in with burdens. People come in with things they're not really wanting to share in that group. So what that means is we've got to spend time outside of class doing things together with our group to build that authentic community. This is huge. Remember, one of our values is the joy of authentic community. So we want you to spend a lot of time as a group leader working on that. The fourth thing is that groups meet weekly. You already know that. They meet every single week. And the fifth thing is that they have an accountable leader. That's you, an accountable leader. Someone that's accountable to God and the leadership of this church, that you are teaching the right things, you're doing the right things, and that we are reaching people for Jesus. So let me give you just one other thing that's just on my heart this year is this word, the word of the year. It's the word reach. Now, in our mission statement, it says, we believe that we are called to disciple one another to reach. Yes, we want to reach people. And so in 2018, I'm praying that you and your group will reach people. And we're going to give you some very, very clear ways in how to do that. Some of you have asked, are we going to do another sermon-based small group curriculum? Yes, sometime in the spring, probably in March, we want to really focus on this word and show our people how to reach their neighbors in their neighborhood. So we want to do that. Now, a couple of dates I want you to know about. January 28th. If you are a D group leader or you know you're starting a D group really soon, we are having a D group check-in. That's every single D group leader needs to be at that. And we're going to have it at 8:30 in the morning. That's a Sunday morning in the choir room. It's going to be really brief. We're going to feed you some really awesome donuts. And we're going to just get everybody checked in with that. And then on February the 11th, we are having our first groups rally. Woo!
Woo!
Doesn't rally sound like fun? And that groups rally, this will kind of be what we've always called Bible fellowship leadership training. But again, we're trying to change our verbiage up a little bit. Groups is your group leader, and rally is, it just sounds more exciting. So that will be 12:45 after the morning service at Blackshear Place on February the 11th. And we'll provide you some amazing honey ham boxes that day. Now, I've got one other thing down here in the corner. It says new guy. New guy, come here. All right.
Woo,
This new guy is Andrew Sutherland. Andrew's really not a new guy. He's been at Blackshear Place for a while now. He served as a deacon. He served in all kind of different capacities, just serving in the church as a layperson. A little over a year ago, we brought him on staff in our children's ministry department, and he's been serving as the 3rd through 5th grade children's ministry director. He's done such a great job that we had to steal him from children's ministry, and we want to give him an opportunity to really help us out in the groups ministry. So we're calling Andrew our groups director for all of our adult groups. So Andrew's really going to be the point man on helping you get everything you need in groups. You're going to be hearing from him in a lot of these videos instead of me. He's going to be training you and teaching you, and he is going to bring such an amazing new life and amazing new just energy to this group's ministry as we're seeking to reach and raise the next generation, live out God's truth. So y'all give it up for Andrew.
Woo!
We're not going to let him talk today. We just wanted to feel really awkward. So, hey, we can't wait to see you Sunday.